Hi guys, I'm Jasmine and I'm sitting here with Maddie Marshall. Maddie, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous, actually. You know, finally we got some sun here.
I know, I'm so excited.
San Diego, which according to talk to the East Coast guys, and they're like, it's raining. Like, you know what it is? I just think you SoCal guys are liars. I'm like, fine, leave, dude. We need the rain, you know. So finally got a sunny day, so I'm doing good. Everything's good.
Like once every few months here.
Well, not only that, but there was a paintball tournament, which is pretty much guaranteed rain. It's like doing a Hopi, rain dance, basically. Like the setup of a tournament calls the gods to come down and give us rain. So they should do it in like Georgia, where there's a crazy drought going on right now. They should just throw a couple paintball tournaments there. It'd be fine.
Well, it's been a couple months since we talked last. How was your year this year? What projects did you finish? What projects do you have coming up? And
it was a busy year, the main thing that I've really been trying to do is just tell paintball stories. I've been doing this for my whole life and know some really interesting human beings that are in an interesting struggle, and I want to be able to, tell the public about that so that they actually care about paintball, because people don't get up in the morning and like, oh, I wonder how Dynasty's doing. You have to make them care and give them content that they can eat up and kind of get into stuff. So with that in mind, I've been trying to start this website all year, and it takes money to start a website or do any sort of business, so.
What website is this?
It's going to be called transcendpaintball.com. It's actually transcend-paintball.com. And the reason why that's the name is because I really feel that's what we need to do. We need to transcend to the next level and kind of see where this paintball thing is going to go. Because, we've been working on all TV stuff and all these things for years, and it's like, we've made a lot of strides, but it's like, what do we do now, So, and that's what I really feel that we need to do is if you look at any other sport that's been successful, either recently or in the past, is they do a good job of making the public care. It's, if you have an interesting activity, you can't just expect football or baseball, oh my God, they're hitting balls around, or oh, look at these big guys smashing into each other. There has to be drama in there, and the drama exists. You're not making, it's not like wrestling, we're making it up, but it exists. We just have to display that to the people, so.
What everybody wants to know is, how did you get started, doing what you do, telling stories?
Well, I'm a writer originally, so I got my degree in creative writing, so I've always been kind of a reader. And
did you always know that you were going to be a writer?
Not actually, no. I mean, I'd always been a compulsive reader. When I was a little kid, I could read at a pretty early age. So.
What's your favorite book right now?
My favorite book right now is probably A People's History of the United States. If you haven't read that book, you need to read that book. So but it's there's so many. That's like, what's your favorite movie? So many good ones.
Right now, there's different books that are out there.
No, true. Yeah, it's actually.
Like, I'm a little behind, but I just read The Alchemist.
You want to read a
great book. Yeah, that's a great book.
Yeah, that's a good one. But World War Z. It's about zombies. That's a good one. That's a really entertaining book for people who want to be entertained. So, but yeah, so.
You read a lot.
Yeah, so I read a lot, and then all my friends were always like, you should try writing. But I never really felt that I was, good enough to do that. And then I took a creative writing class at San Diego State, actually right up the hill. And
State Aztecs.
Well, nice. So yeah, so I went and took a creative writing class, happened to be good at it, and the teacher that was teaching it was like, hey, so I told him, I'm kind of interested in this. He's like, you should dive into this. So the same thing with paintball. That's how I got into paintball. Went and played. The captain from Navarone back in the day came up and was like, hey, come out and play with us. So. Just fell into it, and then the announcing gigs fell into that too. I showed up at Huntington Beach. First year we had Huntington Beach, so Will couldn't make it, and Owen gets off the phone. He's like, damn, Will can't make it. And he looks over, and I'm sitting there like, hanging out, and he's like, you do it, you'll be perfect. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to do it, I just want to hang out, and I've never done anything like that. He's like, just give it a shot, we'll pay you. And I was like, well, okay, let's give it a shot. First time just doing it, and it was exciting, it was cool. I mean, it's paintball, something I know about and love, so if you're passionate about something, it comes across. So that's why, and then it just snowballed from there.
That's awesome. Maddie, are you part-time or full-time paintball?
Full-time, definitely full-time paintball. Smart Parts is going to come on, and so they're going to sponsor me next year to help make those dreams a reality. So got to thank them, and be working with JT too, as well. So I'm glad that people are starting to really kind of believe in, let's try to do something with this paintball thing, So it's awesome. It's going to be a good year.
Now, everyone's not as fortunate as you to, be in full-time paintball. What words of encouragement would you give to people who are, working a full-time job and working this part-time, or trying to do both full-time?
I had to do that for years. I mean, it's a hard grind. If you want to do paintball, if you're an up-and-coming player, I hope you're not doing this for the money or the fame, because that is not what this is about. If you're amazingly good, maybe one day those things will find you. But I meet a lot of people that are asking me that same question. How do I get sponsorship? What do I do? And there's no easy answer for that. Especially now when some of these companies are trying to figure out where they can get the best return on their investment. They're not just giving any old team a sponsorship deal. So I would definitely say don't give up what you're doing now, and just but also be a nice guy, work hard. It's like being successful in anything in life, you know, as long as you treat people well and
do it with love and care.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, you got to be
You got
to be a hardcore person to excel in this world. It's a harsh world, just like anything else. Whoever you are, and you're coming up, go up to, you know, there's a lot of open tryouts. Try to go to as many of those as possible, and also, you know, go up to the captains, be like, I just want a shot, man. I'll work hard. I will be a soldier for you. I want a shot, and to let you see my talent and my drive. And that if you know, that's how we got on Ironman. We went to Dave Youngblood and meet Davey and Micah, and we were like, we want a shot. We'll take someone's spot. You know, like, give us a shot. So that's what you have to do. You have to have that confidence in yourself, but also you have to give them the idea that you're going to be a constructive member of their program, because that's what everyone wants now. So yeah, that's kind of what you need to do.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to interview with us. And for updates on you, where can people find that information?
Well, Transcend Paintball is going to be getting off the ground here probably January. So starting about January, you can check that site, and you can hit me up on MySpace and PB Nation. So that's where I'm at.
Cool. Thank you.
See you guys.
Hi, everybody. I'm standing here with Chris Lasoya. Chris, how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. Better now that I'm here with you.
So sweet. Such a charmer. So, Chris, as one of the most popular paintball players in the industry, tell us what happened this year, what's going on next year. We want to know.
A lot of the crazy things went on. You know, I was playing with trauma. You know, things didn't work out so well on that side. You know, we decided that I think next year trauma is not going to be around, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do in the X-Ball side. I'm playing with the Image guys right now. Most of the trauma guys, some other guys I picked up as well. We did okay for the season. This tournament they didn't do so well. I decided not to play. I got hurt over in Paris, so I took some time off. And you know, we'll pick it up next year. Next year's gonna be a crazy year with all the sponsorship cuts and tournaments this and tournaments that. Nobody really knows what's gonna go on. So I'm just gonna kind of sit back and let the smoke clear, go to Christmas, hang out with my family, and forget about paintball for a couple months. Come back in February and we'll see what's going on then.
Not a lot of professional athletes or paintball athletes gets the pleasure of picking what teams they get to play on. So how do you make your decision on what team you play with?
You know, I base it a lot on, am I going to get along with the guys? You know, how is the team? Do they have a lot of heart? You know, and you know, that's pretty much how I base it. You know, are they going to be a winning team? Is there a possibility to be a winning team? You know, there's a lot of things that come into play. You know, sponsorship things come into play. But when it comes to next year, I mean, you know, sponsorship isn't going to play a huge deal in my decision. I want to win because I got my ass kicked all last year, and I'm kind of tired of losing. So I definitely going to pick a team that has potential to win, or that I can actually help get to the podium.
So for a lot of kids who haven't been in the industry for a long time, how did you start off in the industry?
My dad actually took me out playing for the first time in '86. That was a long time ago, and I actually started playing tournaments in '89, and I just never really stopped. You know, back then there was no pro, amateur. You know, and people ask me how I became pro. Well, back when they decided that people were pro and amateur, we were already pro, so it just kind of worked out that way. You know, a lot of kids these days want to know how to get to that level, and all I can say is just work hard. You know, keep your head on straight. You know, you don't come to a team expecting, hey, give me this, give me that, give me this, because, you know, to everybody, you know, if you want to come up in the world, if a kid comes up to me and says, hey, what are you going to give me? I won't even consider him. You know, just because of his attitude. You know, I want a kid that's going to say, hey, I'll put in the work, you know, I get what you give me, and I'll earn my spot and I'll earn what you give me. So, you know, if for the kids out there that really want to, you know, come up in the world, you got to really take things with a grain of salt. Don't come in expecting everything and work hard, and you'll get what's deserved, for sure.
That's so awesome. So this year, who are you sponsored by?
Draxis, DXS, Dye, Grills, V-Force, and it's pretty much it. You know, those three sponsors pretty much carry me all throughout the year. You know, these days, these kids, hey, how can I get more sponsors? You don't really need more sponsors as you need quality sponsors. You know, like I said, if you go out there and earn your keep, you know, those sponsors alone will take care of you. And I'm very well taken care of by Dye and Draxis, DXS, and V-Force for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to hang out with us. And for future updates on you, where can your fans find that information?
Actually, if you want to hit me up on MySpace, that's usually the best way. You know, MySpace is pretty much, MySpace and Facebook is where everybody is these days. So just go to MySpace. I think it's C. Lasoya. I think that's what my MySpace is. I have no idea.
Or Google.
Yeah, Google me. Google me. So you want to Google me?
I will Google you. I'll Google you.
That's great.